Yes, now, bless now, don't forget the rest now, people. I got a car full of bags at the moment. Currently doing a house move, or at least moving somebody else's house. Currently waiting for air at the petrol station because I got a lot of weight in my car. Feels like I'm not gonna jinx anything, but I'm just waiting for a space to open. Go do a little review, little overview. We listened to this record, or at least at the time of me recording this, I'm uploading single by single the tracks off of Weezer's second album, Pinkerton. Here's my review and I'll give it a rating. It was a bizarre change of sound for the band. Now, I've read a comment from one of your beautiful selves in regards to it being quite controversial back then. And I can definitely see why, even as somebody listening to it in this day, after really enjoying the debut record, the songwriting, the melody, the upbeat elements of the band, they really pushed themselves into a rock star space with this record, Pinkerton. A lot of songs about girls on the record, a lot of fuzz, a very dark production in my personal opinion. I think they sort of went out of their way to be rock stars. Drummer, or at least the soundscape on the drums, beating on them drums, incredibly powerful, not a bad thing. There's some good hooks on the record, but Get You, Get You, that was dire. I really hated that, to be honest with you. That must be the second track, I think, if not the third. I thought that was a terrible hook. I thought that was very unoriginal. I know Weezer aren't known for their, reinventing the wheel, but that tune in particular was very poor. I don't know how they let that one slide, in all fairness. These people take about 8 hours cleaning their car, so yeah, there's a couple of good hooks on the record where they return to form, but it doesn't hold the same energy, the same charisma, the same character. They go from being, or at least the frontman, let's say, goes from being, relatable to the outcast to suddenly sort of giving it a bit of a rock and roll biggin', being a bit of a rock star. And that's not necessarily through words, but maybe more so just through the attitude and performance on the record. So it's an odd one. Somebody referenced to me, there was a bit of a fallout at the time over this record. I'm just going to relocate my car, see if I can find anywhere else. There's a bit of a fallout because obviously it wasn't the Weezer everybody loved initially, but in hindsight, a lot of the Weezer fan base are perceiving it as one of their best, which I think in a way it is a record that grows on you, because me doing this overview now is in relation to me not only, yes, so Pinkerton is more mature in a sense, yet in a different sense aligned with the maturity of the first record, because the songwriting and lack of need to show off, down to the fact they could literally just write good songs, is a very matured way of doing things anyway, because people either go too far or they just can't write songs. So either the songs are bad, or they try to show off too much instrumentally and vocally and be too arty-farty, and that ruins it. Weezer smashed that on their first record in a very professional manner. On this second one, they've matured alike what I say Nirvana did when they went from Nevermind to In Utero. Created more depth within the music. Didn't get worse, but expressed themselves in a different manner. And personally, without knowing the history behind it, I do think a little bit of rockstar persona did come into the mix, most definitely. Couple of inventive bass lines, guitar parts. It was a little bit beyond the da 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 that you got in the Blue album. From what I'm aware, 37 minutes of material if you're not listening to the extended version, which is definitely a sufficient amount. Quite a sweet spot, really. 30 minutes to 40 minutes for a 10 track, 9 track, 10 track. Good amount of material. I'm going to rate Pinkerton. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. Because I've got no real reason to return back to the record. There's no song on there that I am bothered about listening to again. There's a couple of songs with a couple of good hooks, but other than that, it really threw me off, because Weezer do what they do incredibly well when it comes to alternate guitar-driven pop music, melody-driven pop music, band, garage rock band music. This was a bit too on the grungy side of the spectrum for him. And on that note, I'm signing out. Peace.